It's Radio Global, redefining your radio experience.
Good day. Wow, sure you're enjoying your day and programs lined up already. And right now it is Mastermind with Kate here on Radio Global. It's a program where we get to have our life coach in the studio, and she's going to talk to you about various different topics on leadership, on life, on mentorship, and being able to surmount your world and be the best you can be. And on today's program, and we are going to be talking about how confident are you? How do you know you're confident? Because confidence is one very, very important trait of leadership. And she is going to be throwing more light on how to know if you're truly confident or if you have the confidence you need as a great leader. Okay, so don't go nowhere, so stay tuned. And when we come back, we'll be talking to our coach Kate Onokomaya, who is part of the John Maxwell mentorship team. So don't go nowhere, just stay tuned. I do. I'm so confused.
I can't tell my family. They will hate me for life.
I just do not understand myself anymore.
Why does she always have to act like that?
I'm tired of life.
Need someone to talk to? Need a friend to share your problems with? Need godly solutions and advice for issues bothering you? Search no further. The counselor and anointed servant of God is here to see you through whatever you're going through.
Join us every Friday at 10 a.m. for a personal session with the counselor.
I'm hopeful, yes I am hopeful, but too late.
Oh, you're welcome back. Yes, we have our coach Kate in the house, and as I said before we went on that break, we are talking about how do you know you're confident. We're going to be talking about your confidence level today as a leader and as a mentor. So good day, ma. Thank you for being part of the program.
Hi, good day, Amy. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, ma.
All right, it's a pleasure to be on Mastermind with Kate again today, Tuesday, April 28, 2015. Wow, how the month flies.
Okay, yeah.
We're already at the end of April, 2 more days to go. Wow, that's great. I hope you're having a great year, Amy.
Yes, I am. Grateful to God for that. It's working out well.
Okay, that's good. Mine is just going fantastic. Yeah. So today I'm going to be looking at self-esteem. How do you know you have a low self-esteem? Just some telltale signs that we have that maybe you don't have a healthy self-esteem. So we are going to look at a few of. Some may be true for you, some may be not. The list is not exhaustive, but it's just some signs you need to check your self-esteem level and how much you truly value yourself, because that's what self-esteem is. Self-esteem really is how you value yourself. It's the value you place on yourself. It is how important you perceive yourself.
Okay.
What the value you have, you place on yourself. That is what self-esteem is. And it is very important to have a healthy self-esteem, because we really don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are.
Interesting.
So the color you place on yourself is the color you're going to see in the world. And if you have an appropriate value of yourself, it's true that you're going to cope better with life's challenges than someone that does not have a good value on themselves. So we need to be very conscious of this. How much value do I place on myself? That's very important. A lot of people, they go around every day, they appear confident on the outside, but really they are struggling with valuing themselves. You know, they're not sure what the value is. They're not sure how to value themselves. They don't really know. They're in between. Am I a 2? Am I a 5? What's really my value? And one thing is certain, the world will only value you as much as you do. Nothing more, nothing less. You know, most often, they will just take value you place on yourself. They're not going to place a higher value on yourself. People will not place a higher value on you than the value you place on yourself. So we need to be very, in fact, most often, situations, people will most likely want to bring down our value. It's like going to the market to buy something. And when you go to the market, you meet the merchant, and the merchant says it's 2,000 naira. Most people will not pay that 2,000 naira without bargaining. They want it to be lower. So when you say 2,000 naira, madam, you know 1,000. Same thing with asking yourself. You place let's just give that same example. Let's say it's 2,000. No, 2,000 naira is so small. In fact, you are priceless. So let's just say 2,000 naira on yourself, and somebody coming to buy. They will always want to bring down your value. The world will always want to bring down your value. So we need to be conscious of the value we place on ourselves and stay true to that value. Stay true to the value and keep increasing the value. You need to keep increasing the value, because that's why you need to subscribe to personal growth and development, because as you grow, your value increases.
Okay.
As you grow, your value increases. So you need to grow. You need to invest in yourself. Invest in adding value in yourself. Once then you add value to yourself, that's the value the world is going to take. They're not going to take less, a higher. They mostly want to even pay less. So today I want to talk about a few signs to show you have not a healthy self-esteem. I don't want to call it low or high, but a few signs to show that you don't have a healthy self-esteem, that you need to pay some attention to the value you place on yourself. And the first is you dislike yourself. When you look in the mirror, you don't like what you see. You don't like what you see. You complain about your nose, your ears. I don't look good enough. I should look like this other person. I should look like this. No, I'm not okay. You don't like yourself. And people who don't like themselves, you scold yourself more than you commend yourself. I said something was, you're always in conversation with yourself. You're always talking to yourself, whether you're conscious of it or not. We're always in conversation with ourselves. So what are you saying to yourself? People that don't have a healthy self-esteem, they don't usually commend themselves. They beat themselves more than they commend themselves. Another way to see that maybe you have problems with valuing yourself is you always feel inadequate compared with others. You feel inadequate, like you don't deserve to be here. You think others deserve to be here more than you deserve to be here. So you don't feel good when you are in the midst of people. You're always like, am I really supposed to be here? Wow, I don't think this gathering is for me. I think these people are just higher than me. I'm not supposed to be here. you always feel inadequate compared with others when you find yourself in, especially when this happens mostly in social gatherings. And people like that, people that feel this way, like they are inadequate, they don't feel like they're supposed to be. When you see them in social gatherings, do you know what they do?
What?
They are playing with their phones. Instead of interacting, you see them checking their phones. You see them always, fidgeting with their phones. It's not like that's more important. That's the most important thing for them to do at that point in time. When you're in a social gathering, you socialize with people, you interact, you mingle. Yes. You don't play with your phone. Most often you see them play with your phone and it's like they are doing something very important, but actually they are trying to hide the fact that they don't feel like they're supposed to be there.
Yes.
Yes. I've seen some people like that. When you approach them, they will look up and they will look like, okay, I think they are there, but they're not there. They don't feel like they're supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And another sign is you find it very difficult to express yourself when you are in the company of others. You find it difficult to express yourself while in the company of others. Other people are talking. And maybe you try to say something that it doesn't really come out. You're conversant with what they are talking about, but you feel shy contributing. You feel like, my contribution doesn't really matter. They're already talking anyway, but you know what they're talking about. You have this urge to contribute, but you kill it. You don't really feel confident expressing yourself when you're in public. You want to always take the back seat and allow others to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, you're conversant with that thing and your contribution can really make a difference. But you keep it to yourself. You don't feel like, well, maybe they won't even listen to me anyway. Why should I talk? Let me just stay quiet. Just talk, express yourself, say something. Go out there, say something and let them judge if it's important or not. At least you value yourself. And then another sign so that you have, you don't have a healthy self-esteem is you always suspect that other people don't like you. You're always suspicious of other people. You don't think they like you enough. You don't think, I don't think they like me. You're always like, this is so one brother. So you're always suspicious whether people like you or not. That's one side. And then another thing is, when you do something good, you attribute it to luck. You don't really, I just got lucky. Instead of congratulating yourself, instead of feeling pleased with yourself, instead of feeling proud that you have achieved something, you attribute it to luck. So that's one of the signs that you don't have a healthy self-esteem.
Yeah, the last one you just mentioned is it's a really prominent one. People just beat themselves down most times when something good happens. Probably they go for an interview or something and they succeed. They just say, "Wow, it was luck," and all of that. It could have been their own intelligence or their what they had upstairs or what they had to offer to the to the interviewer who got them the job, but they just say it was luck. So what you just said, the last point is really, really important.
Yes, we see that a lot. So that's one of the signs that you don't have a healthy self-esteem. You need to tell yourself, I did great. Yes, it was due. I did great. So we always learn to commend ourselves. And then another sign that you don't have healthy self-esteem is you always blame yourself when bad things happen around. Maybe if I had done it like this, so it wouldn't have happened like this. You always find excuses to blame yourself. How you should have done it better. Or you see different ways how you should have done it instead of that. It's okay to fail. commit and you move on. So it's important to know that you don't beat yourself unnecessarily when you make mistakes.
Yeah.
So that's one of the signs that you have, that you have issues with self-esteem. You don't really value yourself properly.
Okay.
Another one which is very, very common, I've seen it routinely, is that when you don't have a healthy self-esteem, you feel you always have to be a follower rather than a leader. I've met some people, they feel that, okay, I have to be a leader anyway, and I cannot lead. They feel like they are meant to be followers all through their life. Yes, to be a leader, you must be a follower. You must follow somebody, but it's to be a follower forever. No. So, for you to value, to place a high value on yourself, you deserve to lead in some capacity. You deserve to take initiative and to make things happen. You deserve to have people following you as well. As you follow others, other people are supposed to be following you. So it's not that you always have to be a follower. Nobody is meant to follow you. No. So if you can be a leader. You can be a leader. You can lead. You're not meant to be a follower forever. So people who don't have high value on themselves, they feel like they are meant to be followers forever. Leadership is not for them. So that's one of the signs that you have, issues with yourself. Another one is you find it very hard to say no. You want to please everybody. You find it so hard to say no. People with people with unhealthy self-esteem. People that don't have a good value on themselves, they find it difficult to say no. They find it hard. They want to please everybody. Which is not, you can't please everybody. It's not possible. So you need to be conscious that it's sometimes, no matter how hard it is, you need to learn how to say no. Now, this is the last point for today. There are many, many other signs to show that you have an unhealthy self-esteem. But I want you to think of all these ones I have mentioned and see where you fall. This one, if you feel it is impossible for you to be happy if you are not in a relationship. So, a lot of people, you think they must be in a relationship for them to be happy. No. That's one of the signs of an unhealthy self-esteem. You must not be in a relationship for you to be happy. Your happiness does not depend on somebody else. So we need to check ourselves. And we need to place a better value on ourselves than we currently are doing. If you find yourself in any of these categories, what you dislike yourself, you feel inadequate compared with others, don't feel like you're meant to be there. You find it difficult to express yourself when you're in the company of others. You always suspect that other people don't like you. When you do something good, you attribute it to luck rather than feel pleased with yourself. You always blame yourself when bad things happen. Somehow you are to blame. You feel you must always be a follower and never a leader. You find it hard to say no. And you feel it is impossible for you to be happy if you are not in a relationship. So, this is some few signs to show that you have an unhealthy self-esteem, that the value you place on yourself is not the right one. So you need to increase that value. Have to increase your value. Subscribe to personal growth. Add value to yourself. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Consciously invest in yourself. And your value will go up.
Okay.
very
I
much.
I seem to have a question about that. I think the second to the last one you mentioned. You said you find it hard to say no. And you always want to please people. So now, as regarding that, okay, since you said that it is a sign of low unhealthy self-esteem for you to always want to please people, or for you to always want to agree to what other people say and not having to refute it. So how can one get to work with that? Because that's sometimes that how out of good nature, some people would just want to, oblige other people's requests or agree to other people's demands and all of that out of good nature. How can one possibly work on that without having to show unhealthy self-esteem?
Okay. Let me repeat. How can you find it? You know that you always find it hard to say no to people. So how can you work on that? Right? Is that the question?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Find it hard to say no to people. At that point, maybe somebody brings a request to you and you know that this request you can't do it. You can't do it. And sometimes it may be morally wrong according to what you uphold as moral. Sometimes it's against your values. But you find it difficult to say no. You don't want to say no because you want to please that person. Now, every time you give up your rights, but to do that which is right, you do yourself a disservice. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to understand one. The world is not destroyed by people who do bad things,
Okay.
but by those who watch them and don't say anything.
Okay.
Yes. So please understand that saying no does not mean you hate that person. Saying no does not mean you don't want the best for that person.
Okay.
Now, how do you communicate it to this person in a way that they still feel valued? That's really it.
Okay.
So how do you communicate that no to the person in a way that they still feel valued?
Yes. That's
That's the question.
that's the question. How would one have?
To find out how to tell them in a way that they understand that they are valued. You understand?
Yes, I do.
Yes. So basically, that's how to handle the issue, and you need to understand that yes, they are valued. You value their time. You value their place in your life.
But
That
you
is
have to
something
turn.
that you can't accept
Yes.
this request. Yes.
Okay, well, all right. So I'm sure someone out there has learned how to say no, yet still show to the person that you value them. But at that point in time, your request cannot be gotten because it's against what's convenient or what I stand for. That's really interesting. A lot of people are going through that. A lot of people are actually going through that issue, and we'll go. All right then. So hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, so let's just have our final words because we have to wrap up because of time.
All right. Well, I want to just say a very big thank you to all our listeners out there. And if you are benefited from this program and you have a question, please, I love questions. I love answering your questions. Go on our Facebook page, Facebook handle, RadioGlobalNG.com, RadioGlobalNG, and leave your comments, leave your questions, and I will answer them.
Okay.
As many questions as I have, I can answer them on our next program.
Okay. All right. So you heard that. You want to post your questions. You have questions for whatever we talked about today, we would also have it on our Facebook page for you to go look them up. The points are going to be there, all outlined for you. So if you have questions, you can leave your comments there and your question, and Coach Kate will get back to you and answer them appropriately. So our Facebook page is Radio Global NG, and that's on Facebook, Radio Global NG together. And on Twitter, you can also reach us at Radio Global NG. And you can also go to Facebook and you just type in Mastermind with Kate, and you would see it there, and you can drop your comments there as well. Also, so that you can get answers and clarify issues that are bothering you. Okay, and with that, I want to thank you so much, Ma, for being a part of the program today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Jimmy.
All right.
Bye.
Okay. And to our listeners, thank you so much for being with us. And do make it a date with us, same time, same station, and don't miss it. Ensure you don't miss it. Opportunity for you to be able to find out more about how to make yourself a great leader. So, and with that, we want to wrap it up and we say thank you, and do stay tuned to Radio Global for more programs. I am Ayana signing out now, and we have more lined up for you, and don't go nowhere.
It's Radio Global, redefining your radio experience.